Blessings, welcome forward to Reasonings right here at the Trail Life. I'm your host, the Great Owl, in the presence of my co-host, Brother Ramon Singh. Perfect love. Perfect love. So we really full joy the reality of doing these videos because naturally we are fulfilling our calling spiritually and also our ambitions because Brother Singh loves the videography, the essence of dealing with the electronic medium and being able to put together, a good video, or a good product or a good service. He's also branching off, growing, expanding into his talents, right? And I myself, I was a poet, trained actor, so I love, the vibrations of being in front of the camera as a way of life. Better must come, Ras David, I did it, commercials, many stuff over the years, right? And I'll do a documentary on myself and also on Trail Life, right? To show backstories, because not all of what we were doing was all evil. And no one is going to let me think that all what we were doing was all evil. And it leads me into what our current offering is about. We're going to be talking about jealousy, the jealous archetype. You see, because Brother Singh and myself is in front of the camera, it is easy for hundreds, I can't say thousands, no, thousands of people, I won't say millions, because I'm maybe too egotistic, right? Anyway, thousands of people, see, I'm just throwing some stuff out there. I'm trying to see, your mentality. Millions of people can see us and hear Brother Singh reason on some topics where they say they're more educated than you, and hear me reason on some topic and they say, watch that guy, think he's so smart. Can his tongue just tie up in his mouth? Can his tongue just tie up in his mouth? Let's pull it out. Jealousy, jealousy, jealousy. It is so easy to see someone doing something, Brother Singh, and then you put on that person all your failings, all the stuff that is wrong in your life. All of a sudden, you watch this video, and everything that is wrong in your life is becoming apparent, and it's their fault. Right now, it's those two fault. Matter of fact, Sage, Great Owl, it's your fault. It's your fault when my life is miserable. I hate you, right? And all of a sudden, you write bad comments. You say crap. You look for every mistake. Well, actually, it was a mistake. You know why? Because I ain't perfect. And mouth slip. And yes, sometimes it's bad intentions too. And you did catch it, because guess what? I ain't perfect. And I never pretended like I was. So what is my attitude about? It's about self-preservation and self-respect. I'm not going to allow you to tear me down because I'm a sensitive person. And I can feel it and I know what's not genuine. It vibrates differently, right? And you pretend like you're coy because you're trying to show me up. You're like, please, 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 right? Jealousy. And until you address your inadequacies and your failings, you will not be able to experience life at a level that's going to make you full joy the moments you're in. It's making you compete with people that aren't even competing with you, creating scenarios and issues with people, causing you to gaslight and behave in some really disingenuous manner to people that aren't even in your way and aren't trying to create no offense to you. Brother Singh.
Yes, brother, Great Owl, man, because two sides to the story, Because I can be jealous of others, and others can be jealous of me. You see me? So, which side we're going to take it from? Because we know as children of the Most High, who's supposed to live our holy and righteous life, we're supposed to acknowledge that if there's jealousy present in us, we should get it out right away.
Yes.
If we acknowledge it and move it, you see me? And there's the point where others will be jealous of us. And how do we, what we do, Because certain things with lifestyle can't too flashy as a true man or woman of God.
Hey.
Remember I say Christ ride upon him donkey go through, you see me?
And walk on foot.
You see me? Trod upon foot. Just to show him like a humble style. He never come in upon a horse with chariots with gold. And you see me? and the best of garments. The man come in humble, and the people them lay down the palm leaf, them and thing, and mystical, you know,
Yeah.
and humble.
Yes.
Humble little man, carpenter son. Little Mary, her mother. You know Mary, man.
Yes.
Nice little lady down the road, you know.
Yeah. Really.
Come in humble upon him donkey.
Yes.
So that's how we have for a little donkey.
Yes.
Not with high-end horse.
Yes. Yes.
You see me? Just a humble little donkey for get the work done. If you need it for pull 2 cart, you know.
Yeah, for real.
If you need it for pull something go up the hill, you know. Our vehicle in our earth feel look like a donkey, you know. We not so forget bad things that, you know.
No,
but we just have to humble.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because if you go get the best Benz there is now,
Yes.
the S-Class and
Yes.
the best luxury Benz in the world, 2022, and you go park up that,
Yes.
everybody in your community,
Yes.
I go pray different.
Yes. For real.
I go start
Yeah.
pre your pocket. Them I go start anytime you come near, them start act funny.
Yes.
Them I go treat you like royalty.
Or disdain you.
Yeah, and some people frown.
Yes.
Some people so jealous when you come near them because them a live them life and try so hard. And all them can get is a nice little undercard. But you come with a nice Benz. You see me? Them jealous man. You see me? I bring up energies in the community. You know? I say, why your Benz look so nice? You see me?
No, they must say you drive past and your car muffler too loud and a big loud music you play. And you come and open your car, be nice in front of the gate and...
Yes, sir. So now people are going to target you. Especially if you live in bad countries, bad communities. The ghetto people, the bad mind people, the jealous people, the criminals are going to start target you because they was say, well, money over there so like trouble. You see me?
Unfortunately.
So I could go over there go take some right now.
Yes.
Go take that car there from them. When they are pull in one night, take it away. Because that's too nice. Make we drive it. Go mash up it somewhere. Go rob somewhere else, you know? Because what? If you're humble man, you're not supposed to draw eyes at everybody when you drive on the road.
True.
You see me?
True.
I have to give thanks to the vehicle you have, you know. But that's the number one thing because the people look at you.
Yes.
The first thing them see. They are going to see you how you dress, and the vehicle where you drive. And I go judge you and determine what them are determining in them head and say this is that person.
Yes.
So if a man pull up in a Benz and dressing in the best clothes there is, you go say this man is a rich man. But if a man pull up in a normal little Corolla, you see me? And still I have tried dress good, yeah, but in a $2 million clothes. But a good clothes same way, most likely the criminal now go pray you. You see me?
That much opportunities there.
And people now going to be jealous of you.
What you
Because
say? I
me
won't be
witnessed
jealous.
that over my life.
Yes.
That when me used to drive a new Jetta VW, people treat me different.
I remember.
You see me? And the boss that, you see me?
Yes.
And as soon as we switch to something little normal now, people stop paying me mind.
You begin to see their true character come out.
Yes, I.
And so this is why I wanted to bring up this topic, not just to show up a person's fault. This is a channel that is looking at our way of life and principles. So you cannot feel strange that we are examining things. And you notice through all our videos we do not leave ourselves out of this. That means we're not accusatory in nature to put fingers on people. We're talking about reality. And we are also a part of reality. So the fact is that the reason why these things are dangerous is that when people look at you as possessions or as a place in society, they think about you a certain way and they treat you a certain way. So immediately when a person has a jealous spark about them, they look at each individual they come in contact with as a point of reference as to how good or how bad they are. as an individual. And so it's not about whether the person has worked hard for something, whether or not the person has gained what they gain legally or illegally. It's about what the individual who has a jealous mindset creates. Number one, an accusatory nature starts very much. There's always faults they'll find with an individual who is progressive, who is doing something towards well-being. They're always judgmental towards such a person. They create arguments to put the person into scenarios and situations where whatever power the person seems to have can be solely taken away from them and be given to them who's doing it or to someone else, but just as long as they do not have that power. So it creates false perception. People will treat you in the wrong way. And because people are driven towards material pursuit because of how the society is designed, people will target you for harm. Because you might just be innocently living a life which you feel this part of the experience that you have reached to and the things you have in it is a just reward and outcome for all of the hard work. And all somebody's looking at is a woman that's sitting in the passenger side of that vehicle. All they're seeing is how attractive she is to them. And they will isolate your reality based upon a lust they have in their eyes. And that is a dangerous behavior. If I'm the one that's having that behavior, it's a dangerous behavior. So I try not to have a state of mind where I'm comparing myself with others. The most I do along this jealous path is say, if his way can be successful, my way can also be successful. The dangerous part of jealousy is that you want to replace the individual. And that becomes evil. You no longer want that person to have what they have. You want to have specifically what that person has. My early stages of jealousy that I had to eradicate out of me was a complaining jealousy, and I'm very clear about that. I would sit and be like, I'll spend up forever working on what I'm working on, and I can see Dave is working on what Dave is working on too, right? And I don't care about what Dave is doing, but I see Dave going places, right? I'm not over there trying to throw dirt in front of Dave's office or trying to talk about Dave, but I'm saying, man, what's wrong with my stuff? You understand me? And if you start a conversation about Dave stuff, I'm going to tell you about my stuff. You're going to say, did you know that Dave has got this new policy where with just $500 down, you can get not only a discount but a rebate of $300? I said, did you know that here I got a rebate of $450 with just $500 down if you purchase my new package? Did you know that? That was my jealousy. I wanted pound for pound. I don't want to take somebody's position, but I still was jealous. So now I look at myself and I say, I shouldn't have to make my reality be about how a next person is going to perceive it. Because I'm thinking about that person in my fulfillment when it should be about me and what I truly believe. That's why I'm doing this. If you own things for yourself, if you claim your part in life, you don't really have to be jealous of someone. Yes, you can be upset that there are positional differences. You might see yourself as a much harder worker and somebody's cutting corners. The danger of jealousy is that when you are trying to replace that person, it becomes envious and malicious, that you will do things, you will say things to lie, to scheme. So I'm not just talking about talking up or trying to put yourself in the conversation. People might call that advertising and self-representing, but it's a big difference when you really are throwing dirt in front his driveway, when you're carrying spells and curses. So I know where I'm going with this. I'm not just catching the surface, brother, saying this is serious. I'm talking to people who are carrying spells and incantation to sprinkle in front of people's doorways. I'm talking people who are deliberately within your grouping who are targeting you. We are targeting you. They're planning to rob you, brother. They knew how hard you worked for that car. They knew how much you were saving that money. As a matter of fact, they knew where you were saving the money. And they sent who they sent. You think they were doing that because they were trying to correct your errors? You think they were doing that because they were trying to check your ego? Yes, sometimes we all have ego. I'm not talking that. I'm talking jealousy in its most dangerous, evil and malicious form. They're sending someone to come and take that. They're sending someone to take that vehicle. Yeah, they're sending someone to rob you, right? They're putting someone in your life to ruin your relationship. Yes, girl, your best friend. Yeah, you told her everything. You told her how the last relationship destroyed you. And you told her when you met this young man, you told her how he really transformed your life, how you were so abrasive to him, but he just broke down that with trueness of character. Yeah, you told her everything. I wonder why she's sending him a request online. I wonder why she's finding it necessary to inform him of some things that she claims that you did. And I'm not going to be like pretty. Yeah, you did do some things. Whose business, whose concern is it, brother C? You're going to tell me that's good? You're going to tell me that's a healthy jealousy? Like, oh, she's just trying to warn him? Warn him of what? Who is she that she should be? She should be your best friend. She should be your confidant. Why is she doing that? You're going to tell me that we all make mistakes, so that's, oh yeah, we all make mistakes. When you're doing that, you're going to claim that's a mistake? It's deliberate. Jealousy is not just somebody just looking at you and saying, I wish I could be in that position. It's one thing, they can go on to work and be in that position if they want to be. They can be inspired by you. But when they take it to want to remove you, but yet still keep what you have, that's jealous and that's dangerous. Watch out for those people. Them you should be aware of. And if that is you, you need to get a grip on yourself. If that is you, you need to look in yourself and ask yourself, why is it that everything someone else does is so much a hurt and an effect to you? What aren't you doing in yourself? What aren't you doing at church? Why aren't you feeling fulfilled when you go up on the choir and sing? Why are you trying to out-sing Sister Jane, Brother Smith? Why are you trying to do that? Right? Why are you trying to out-preach your brother? Why are you trying to out-evangelize? You're not trying to bring a soul over to Christ. All you're doing is trying to get more attention. That's all it's about. So why are you doing that? Is that because you're not assured of yourself? Is that you feel that more should be accrued to you? Maybe you're just hurt. Maybe you're just confused. But it ain't right. And you can't accept it as a normal behavior. Brother Singh.
Yes, I remember growing up in high school and college days. We used to get jealous as well, you know, because it's like me and my brother them would have find a girl. And all we see her same time, you know. Mm-hmm. But every man want her too, you know. So when a man do get her, every man is jealous.
Yes.
And I always still look the girl. And the girl always pay everybody attention.
All right.
So it's just this big mix up.
Wow.
Of jealousy and secrets and, you know, whole heap of things go on in Babylon, in this evil world. Imagine the things that are going on in high school now. Because me that see it as twice as worse than when me used to be in high school. Because when me look at it, I say the youths are the up there, you know, say God far. You know, and the music what them listen to, and this whole COVID thing. You know, enough of them explore the sexual side of things in the COVID days. You see me?
True.
As young picnic.
Yes.
I know say enough antics go on.
Yes.
Enough hanky-panky.
Yes.
You see me?
For real.
So, whole heap of jealous energy. Youth are thief each other girl. You know? And then war start out because of that. I said, how you have to do that, man? You know? But I just the jealous energy, you just want it.
Yeah.
You just desire. Even if you're bridging of her, I still want her because she's so nice. She me want. But nothing else, no matter. So you're bridging there with her.
No respect.
And she have feelings for the bridging.
Don't
she
care.
don't have no feelings for nobody else.
Don't care.
Yes, sir. One whole heap of love triangle mix up. I go on in the earth. And it's not good. They don't know nothing about God. They don't know nothing about jealousy is a sin.
Hey.
Kind of people are say the other things are sin of lust and and but them now pre-say lie a sin. Jealousy is a sin. To be jealous of the next one, you see me? Them house so nice. When you go to them house, it just, the garden is just magnificent, man. And but you there in our apartment, where you not even can see a little garden and just be a concrete jungle. You see me? So people are jealous because they have a nice house.
Yes.
You see me?
Yes.
A woman will say, man, house nice. Sometimes they even say them jealous.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, as an acknowledgement, you know, I'm so jealous of you. And it's accepted because, like I said, I don't know, it's like a sin or want you to acknowledge that it's not a dangerous of a sin. Because all they feel it is just a comparison. Like I was saying, when somebody's talking about the accolades or the power or the position of someone, and I putting myself in there, obviously I felt inadequate. Obviously I felt ignored. But it's happening to me. And that's what I want to make people who are feeling that way understand. That is happening inside of you. And because of that, maybe my ego, my behavior made me want to say I matter. But I already said it. It doesn't stop there with every person. Some person is not going to say truthful things and not going to speak just about themselves. They're going to lie on Dave. They're going to lie. They're going to say he did this, he's doing this, and he isn't doing that.
True.
They're going to put things in the situation that is not there. They are going to put you at a risk, at a disadvantage that might be to your detriment because they perceive you to be in a position that is better than they are, that brings more to you than to them. So jealousy has nothing to do with the person who they're jealous about. It has to do with a state of mind that individuals have that they have to correct. Being possessed by that spirit will make people do some things. The spirit is even saying to me, Jerome, sometimes it's not just a comparison because they have things. Hey, sometimes they have things, brother, saying there's nothing that they should be jealous of you of. So what are they jealous of you of? I've heard women say this and I didn't know what they were saying because maybe people haven't possessed my life that much and maybe women are possessed like this by men that they could say. I heard a woman say like he was jealous of my very existence. And I couldn't conceive of anyone being jealous of someone's very existence. But it seems like there might be such a reality because for truth, the Spirit is saying that some people have everything that you think would not lead them to be jealous of anyone in terms of the positions, the accolades, the attraction, the manifestations, the outcomes that they're facing. Why in God's green earth are they behaving this way to individuals that are in no way comparable to them? It's like they're jealous of your very existence. You shouldn't exist. So no one can make you think that this state of jealousy is something you should just pass over like, oh, I'm just so jealous of you right now. You got the bomb wife, the bomb. Be very careful. Rebuke those statements. Don't take it as a statement of endearment to feel like, oh, I've done something great because he's complimenting me and how good my girl is or how my ride is or how big a house. For the souls who might have something that is still connected to truth, it might be a little competitive talk and you want it to stay just that. But you see, for those who's a little bit more entrenched, it's not competitive talk. It's evil and it's dangerous. And they're going to be entrenched in your life in a way to hurt you. And the Lord is saying to say this, and you know the worst part of it is, they'll point out the very same traits that they have in others as a way of keeping you aware of those people, and you don't see it in themselves. So you got to be aware of that. So you got to remember that part. They'll say, oh, you know, Sage, he's so jealous of you, right? I just hear him talking some stuff, and all he's talking about, I did that too, and I was even better, right? And yeah, I did say that, running off my mouth. But you're not seeing the one beside you, who you have no idea is slowly taking all that is you and putting it in themselves. And they're dressing like you. And they're speaking like you. And they're doing things that you find yourself not interested in doing no more. Why? Because you're losing that touch for it. It's being sucked out of you. They're going to the places that you used to go to. All of the friends that you have introduced them to, now you're going places and they're the ones coming up, hey, come over here, and reintroducing you to people that you introduced them to. Wow, this thing is very serious now. I can feel someone feeling it now. It's very serious, isn't it? Don't take jealousy, hey, lightly. like it's just endearment. Oh, you know, I can be better. When I see you shining like that, I just feel like I can be better. That's inspiration. That's motivational. That might be a little competitive. Yeah, and it can work. But jealousy, deeper, malevolent, and tricky, untrustworthy. Brother C.
I recall this story. Some Ethiopians built a church. This magnificent church. They are caretakers of the church. Them dress and keep it all day long. They are priests of the church. And then over the years, different nations start visiting this church. And the high nation starts saying, these Ethiopians don't know how to manage this church. Let us go over there and take control of it. And then go over there in multiples of them, many of them.
Missionaries.
And go over there and conquer the Ethiopians out of them church. The Ethiopians have to be outside of the church. They are not allowed inside. And every different nation have a section in this church. And at appointed times, nobody else can enter. And it's this one big jealousy with everybody and hatred, and everybody are war with each other. And the Ethiopians outside feel depressed and burn them out the same way. You know, as a man, look how we start the thing, and now outside we there. You know?
They're inside a fight.
And who inside a fight with each other. So that's why the Ethiopians say, don't stay outside, because one bag of mix up. Jano.
And the truth is, I'm sure with the Ethiopians keeping their faith, is a way of life. You worship in everyday life. It's your behavior, it's a way of life. So the building is just a fellowship point. But the lifestyle, the way of life is every day. And that is our traditions and that is our culture. So we can maintain our cultures without having these fancy synagogues and these temples and these churches that attract all the attention. Just like the fancy car, the mega churches are the same, Brother Singh. They are all facades of a money-making pyramidal scheme, right? And they draw millions of people from all over the world too, and all over their societies into this big space where they amalgamate identities, right? And create this hierarchy that people are either trying to become one of them, envious and jealous of them, and they're basically talking over churches, right? Coming into community and creating branches and taking up the parishioners of those churches or of the tabernacle or of the group of the Lord's followers within that era. Now they are caught up into sensational worship, what I call the electric Jesus phenomenon. I'm going to do a video on the electric Jesus phenomenon, right? And for people who know, you know, I'm philosophical, so electric Jesus is like those big sign churches with Jesus up in neon lights. Yeah, if that's what it takes to draw you to the faith of God, then you're seriously misguided. So that's what I call the electric Jesus phenomenon. Yeah, these mega churches, right, that got these massive followings and these great Facebook and YouTube pages, and you know, and he's got these great followings, right, that is coming up and sucking up traditional old-fashioned worship and belief, right? And all of a sudden these great churches are all amalgamated into these one organizations and this one global unified body of its own belief that is far away from the way of life of God and Christ and Yeshua Mashiach. But all of a sudden now, that's what's running the cut. You're not feeling like you're Christian enough because you're not parking in the parking lot of one of these massive churches. Because the church that you come from basically is a little church panic, edge of a little running stream. You understand me? And you don't know where for park over there. The pastor build a place where you can turn on behind in the so-called rectory or whatever, right? Yeah. So there's nothing there to put it in the lectern. You know, this church is so small, and when service is going on, it fills to the outsides, right? But there's such an anointing upon that place. The power is righteous, and people are changing behaviors and improving in their way of life. But mega churches, yeah, who have this jealous ideal, they don't like to see people filled, because the fact is that they're talking about money. It's a business. So basically, you're saying these churches are your competition, and through you're jealous because these pastors, parishioners, bishops, overseers, whatever you want to call them within their church structure, are carrying out legitimate works and are transforming lives legitimately. But you have a big screen in the stadium to draw people to you, and you're angry, jealous, you're trying to steal those parishioners. You're trying to take the Holy Ghost gift that they have to make money. You want Sister Jane to come and sing on your crusade because she can convict souls, to come and purchase your package, purchase your life transforming package, or the 7 books you're promoting currently in this current crusade. Yeah. Woman thou art loosed. You know, husbands of the chaste wife. You understand me? Head of the household by Pastor Doon. Right? Women of God by Sister Boo. Right? And that's what your seminar, your conference is about. But over there is Sister Jane. And when she speaks from the heart of Christ in her, there is convictions and there is transformation in the life of the women who are hearing the word through her. But she ain't doing it for business. So her little tabernacle church space where she at still needs windows. It still needs some stuff to come up. But you in the air-conditioned AC temple of money-making ideology, you would like to have her over. You make her an offer. And when she refuses, you say, okay, it's another way. If you can't break her, you're going to take all the people away from her. That's jealousy. And it happens all the time. This jealous archetype is out of control because the more we plunge into selfishness, self-centeredness, bitterness, comparative analysis, we find ourselves not liking each other, not liking ourselves, and then we are only justified by the things we do, by the acceptance we get from others, by the place we have in this society, and by the things we gain from the place we have. So that motivates us to cut throats, to cut corners, to step on, to step over, yeah, to abuse, yeah, to envy, to be jealous, and to ruin the lives, the reputation of people who are just like you, trying, searching, seeking, applying themselves, just trying to find things of worth and value to apply themselves to become a part of. So I don't want it to be an accusation. I want it to be an understanding, an acknowledgement of the patterns of what those behaviors that are jealous do to the individual who is jealous and to those that they're jealous of. Brother Singh, before we're out of here.
So the Bible says, any work you do it to please the Father. Do it unto the Father, not for people. So just give thanks to what you have. Do your work and please the Father in your works. Tread through earth humble and wise. Give thanks to others and them blessings and them curses. You see me? Because many of them blessings turn curses. So you just give thanks to what you have.
Hallelujah. And that's where we're going to leave it today. Give thanks for what you have. Envy not another. Never be jealous. Yeah? Grow past any jealous rooting spark, yeah, or seeding in your spirit. In the spirit of Yeshua Mashiach, in the power of Yod He Vav He, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So this has been the great All Reasonings right here at the Tree of Life, right here on Seala Media, in the presence of my co-host brother Ramon Singh. Perfect love. Perfect love.